इस वक्त मैं गुजारिश करना चाहूँगा, हमारे एक मायनाज ओल्ड बॉय, अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी के एक इंतहाई मायनाज ओल्ड बॉय, जिन्होंने सफ़र अपना तो दानिशगाह अलीगढ़ से किया, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस के OSD से लेकर सिविल सर्विसेज, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विसेज से कोचिंग से लेकर ज़कात फाउंडेशन ऑफ इंडिया, ज़कात का जो इस्लाम में तसव्वुर है, ज़कात रिहेबिलिटेशन का नाम है, चंदा और खैरात का नाम नहीं है, कौम को सरबलंद करने का नाम ज़कात है। ये ख्वाब जो असल ज़कात का है, जो ज़फ़र महमूद साहब ने देखा था, मैं उनको अदब के साथ बुलाना चाहता हूँ, जनाब ज़फ़र महमूद साहब। ज़फ़र महमूद साहब का बड़ा ताल्लुक़ है, 3 भाई बैक वक्त अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी में एक ही हॉस्टल में मैकडोनल्ड में आफ्ताब में तालीम हासिल की हैं, उनमें से एक ज़फ़र महमूद साहब हैं। तशरीफ़ लाइए।
I begin in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. All praise belongs to Him, and all of us have to return to Him. The topic of our discussion, of course, the focus is Maulana Naqvi Mian Sahab, but then I have been told by Naqvi Sahab, my brother, that I have to speak on interfaith relationship in India and the world. So I am grateful to Professor Naqvi Sahab and Professor Tayyib Raza Sahab and members of the Department of Shia Theology, and of course on top our beloved Vice Chancellor Sahab. I first have to quote Hazrat Ali Radiyallahu Anhu, that a man's measure is his will. And that's how Naqvi Sahab thought about celebrating this. He used to be his dad. So, and I was just a new student at Aligarh Muslim University at that time, when we used to see him from a distance, Naqvi Mian Sahab, and we used to be in his awe. His approach was very rational, and from that I am inspired to quote here Allama Iqbal's poem on man's faith trajectory so far. He says in his poem Sarguzasht-e-Aadam, in that poem man is speaking in retrospect in first person. And let me clarify here that as per belief, before the human world came into physical existence, on the pattern of the angels, all the billions of human souls had already been created by God. And the first covenant, which is referred to in this poem, is that these souls had jointly promised to God that they would behave well in the world. The poet says कि सुने कोई मेरी गुर्बत की दास्तां मुझसे, बुलाया क़िस्सा पैमाने अव्वली मैंने. So I forgot the story of the first covenant. That's what he's saying. And then he says कि लगी न मेरी तबीयत रियाज़ जन्नत में, पिया शऊर का जब जाम आतिशी मैंने. In the garden of heaven, when I drank the cup of awareness, I felt uneasy. रही हकीकत आलम की जुस्तजू मुझको, दिखाया और ख़याल फलक नशी मैंने. Ever since then, in the heavens and on earth, I have always searched for the truth about the world, utilizing the celestial heights of my thought process. मिला मिजाज तग़य्युर पसंद कुछ ऐसा, किया करार नज़ेर फलक कहीं मैंने. However, such was my fickle temperament that in no place under the sky could I settle for good. हुई जो चश्मे मज़ाहिर परस्त व आखिर, then at last my eyes enamored of materialism opened, तो पाया खाना दिल में उसे मकी मैंने. So I found the life essence lodged in the mansion of my heart. So that is the sum and substance of interfaith relationship in the world and in our great nation, that man is expected to be generously indifferent to color, birth, nation, and faith. And unity of mankind, ladies and gentlemen, and its universal realization is the great message of this poem of Allama Iqbal. You are cordially invited to watch this video of 9 minutes. It's there on the YouTube, tracking man's journey through multiple faiths at Zakat Foundation of India's YouTube channel. Maulana Laqan Mia Sahab also espoused the cause of Sulh-e-Kul. That reminds us that in our world, various faiths had spread through different prophets of God. Some of these prophets were given books. The Holy Quran says in 85.22 that since before the creation of humanity, all the upcoming scriptures were kept safely together in a preserved tablet, guarded from every accursed devil and secure from any falsehood. And the night of power, that is Laylatul Qadr, all of us know about it, is one of the last few nights during the holy month of Ramadan. And God says about that in the Holy Quran in 44.4, therein is decreed every matter of ordainment. So, ladies and gentlemen, before the world came into being, God had sent down His comprehensive message in nascent form from His preserved tablet, that is Lauh-al-Mahfooz, to the worldly sky. And the divine announcement says in 97.3 that this night is better than 1,000 nights, which makes up a normal human lifespan. And that is to say, the prayers made during this night have greater value than an entire life of supplication. And on this night, angels descend to earth carrying God's bounties and instructions. Talking about the glory of this night, Quran clarifies that it is God who revealed thence the message through His prophets, not prophets, plural. Here comes the interfaith role, peace be upon them. And well-researched scholarly opinion converges around the belief that the revelation of predecessor scriptures, predecessor to the Holy Quran by God, to the earlier messengers also occurred during similar nights. That is the connectivity. And this is indeed a strong directive for maintaining interfaith affection in the world. Friends and ladies and gentlemen and children, names of some messengers are mentioned in the Quran. In different parts of the world, great spiritual names occur in multiple theologies. And some of these spiritual persons were among those reversed messengers whose names are not mentioned in the Quran. Nonetheless, all the believers are duly bound to equally respect all of them as mentioned in the Quran as per Surah Baqarah, La nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusuli. Similar is the case with the spiritual books. Names of some books are mentioned in the Quran and names of many books are not mentioned by name in the Quran. I would again invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to kindly Google this another video, that is Interfaith Love, Islamic Mandate. That's by me, about 8-9 minutes there again. So, what was sent down earlier from the preserved tablet to the worldly sky was a compendium of God's perspective planning for the universe, including the spiritual life on earth. And let us note that if God would have so willed, He could have made all of us world citizens owe allegiance to one faith. But God chose not to do so. He rather shaped us into races, nations, and faiths. That way He put us to test during our stay on earth. That is why Hazrat Ali Razallahu Anhu has said that दुनिया का सबसे खूबसूरत पौधा मोहब्बत का होता है, जो ज़मीन में नहीं बल्कि दिलों में उगता है. So God evaluates as to, despite being apparently unlike each other in more than one ways, how do we respond to His message and to what extent we accommodate, love and help each other. God is testing as to how much are we able to appreciate His design of intrinsic human unity interspersed into outward group diversity. He has networked the humanity in the form of communities led by different prophets, many of whom were given scriptures in their respective languages. And I am reminded here of Swami Vivekananda at the first Parliament of World Religions in Chicago. He said in 1893 that as the different streams having their sources in different places all mingle their water in the sea, so, O Lord, the different paths which men take through different tendencies, various though they appear, all lead to Thee. These prophets and all great men spread to the mankind God's revealed word. This is equally reflected in many scriptures which are available to us in the world, owing allegiance to various different faiths. And also let us recapitulate that our Quran begins from Surah Fatiha and finishes at Surah Nas. It begins from Rabbil Alameen, not Rabbil Muslimin, Rabbil Alameen. And Alameen I can again speak for 1 hour. And ends with God's description as Rabbin Nas. It does not say it's Rabbil Muslimin, it says Rabbin Nas, the entire humanity, mankind. So it is addressing the entire humanity, and that is the powerful mandate of maintaining interfaith love and affection. This is squarely translated into the Constitution of India, which enshrines in Article 51A that every citizen is bound by the fundamental duty to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious diversities. And the same is reflected in the United Nations preamble also. So let us rededicate ourselves to the spirit of mutual accommodation. Let us seek mutual help and friendship and stand firm in constancy and patient perseverance. And let the believers of all faiths emphasize justice, reconciliation, harmony, and then peace. Let the followers of all beliefs appreciate that there is a common destiny based on love and peaceful coexistence. And I am sure that while we are talking about these particular matters, then the soul, great soul of the great person whom we are celebrating today, he would be feeling very, very happy. And Professor Ali Naqvi Sahab was definitely an epitome of the natural simplicity ingrained in his humanity, which many people have told me about, and I have little bit done reading also about it. So this is a wonderful idea that according to what he taught us, the piety thus required was displayed by this gentleman. The piety was displayed by him, and I have talked to many people who have been witness to him. In fact, quickly I will recapitulate that when he was about to retire, he wrote to the university authorities telling that I am living in the official residence of the university, so please tell me if I can stay here for another few days, maybe 1 month or something. He asked for it. They didn't respond. So he wrote back to them that because you have not responded, so I feel that even 1 day extra, my namaz will not be accepted. So therefore I am vacating it today only. So may his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Salatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursalin.
اب سید ظفر محمود صاحب نے انٹرفیتھ ڈائلاگ کی بات کری. ابھی انٹرفیتھ ڈائلاگ جو ہے یہ ایک ہائیلی اسپیشلائز فیلڈ ہو گیا ہے. تو میں جو ہے یہ امید کرتا ہوں کہ ہمارے جو شعبے ہیں، سنی تھیولوجی کا شعبہ اور شیعہ تھیولوجی کا شعبہ، ان کے دونوں جو صدر ہیں، میں ان سے امید کرتا ہوں کہ یہ جو ہے کوشش کریں گے اور ایسے اکیڈمک پروگرامز کریں گے اور سیمینارز کریں گے جس میں اس پہ بھی فوکس کیا جائے کہ جو کامنالٹیز آف دس ویریس سیکٹس اینڈ ریلیجنس.